14 days, and the ground still sways.
They expected fear. What they met first was scale, quiet, ordinary, and endless.
They work like it's nothing.
Easy. Bring it down steady.
Why aren't they afraid?
Morning edition, extra!
Why would a nation at war let its enemies see this, up close?
Step forward. Name. Unit.
You'll be treated by the rules. Follow them, and you'll be fine.
Food, shelter, medical care, documented. That's how this works.
This is standard issue. Take it.
This isn't what we were told.
Hold still. Breathe in.
This wasn't chaos. It was a schedule. Steel and seawater moving on time. 14 days across the Atlantic. Then Norfolk hits them like a different century.
They celebrate next to warships.
They are weak. They will collapse.
The shock wasn't abundance. It was normalcy. War running like a weekday.
Turn it up. What's the score?
What if the fence isn't the message and the calm is?
Passenger cars for prisoners?
They're moved in daylight, past factories that aren't even trying to disappear.
They don't hide it.
For them, darkness meant hiding. Here, darkness means another shift.
He threw it away.
You'll get a bunk assignment. Follow the schedule.
If this is captivity, why does it feel organized?
Real mattresses.
The first shock wasn't kindness. It was repeatability, rules that worked even on enemies.
Inside the compound, you organize. We enforce the perimeter. That's the deal.
Why give us choices? Because they can.
They arrived braced for terror. What unraveled them was calm.
80 cents in script if you work.
Keep the routine. That's what keeps it steady.
Back home, they measured output like sports, and people competed to raise it.
This was one arrival. Soon, hundreds of camps would repeat the same strange logic.
Here's the twist. With all that space, almost nobody escaped. Why?
Sometimes the strongest cage isn't wire. Its certainty shone in daylight.
They're divided. They won't last.
A loud society breaks under pressure.
Before prisoners crossed the Atlantic, cargo did, through a corridor of steel, weather, and risk.
Hold the angle. Wait.
No air, and still we wait.
Prisoners are moved unseen. Confusion is control.
They didn't just tell a story. They mass-produced it until it felt like physics.
Heads down! Move!
Feed them enough to stand, not enough to matter. Same rules for everyone. That's the point.
Two oceans don't make you invincible, just harder to panic.
If you're truly weak, would you let enemies watch your ports in daylight?
Same steps. Same timing. Move! Clear!
They act like war can't reach them.
It isn't one port. It's a network. Redundant routes, inland depth, and spare capacity.
Line 2, clear it! Keep it moving!
War or not, the shift still starts.
This is what power looks like.
Next stop. Keep the line tight.
They didn't remove danger. They outpaced it by keeping the machine running every day.
You're surprised it's visible. That's the point. We can afford daylight.
Schedule it like cargo. Same discipline.
Same time.
Norfolk is the doorway. The real experiment happens inland, where routine reshapes belief.
Step. Mark. Move.
Maybe they're not careless. Maybe this is the message.
The hardest part wasn't captivity. It was realizing he'd been trained to misunderstand reality.
Sie verstecken die Produktion nicht. Warum?
A country that can supply across oceans doesn't need to act frightened on its own soil.
Miss one slot, you miss a week. Keep it tight.
Hold it, true. Now burn it in.
They're showing us the future.
What kind of power doesn't perform fear? Because it doesn't need to.
It wasn't unguarded. It was buffered by distance, duplication, and a system that reroutes around damage. In our cities, darkness meant fear.
To the prisoners, the strangest sight wasn't machinery. It was a country that didn't stop being itself.
A weak nation would hide. They don't.
Norfolk was the shock. The camps are the proof, where routine turns propaganda into rubble, one day at a time.
June 1943. Norfolk. They expected fear. America answers with routine.
Do you hear that?
What?
Work everywhere.
The shock wasn't kindness, it was coordination.
They're crazy. They don't even act afraid. Up, easy, hold. Ah!
In one glance, he sees what his officers couldn't imagine: parallel motion. It's not a port, it's a flow network. If one lane slows, another carries the load.
Locked. Send it.
Hot coffee, don't burn your hands. Steady. Same pace. Don't rush the load.
If they were fragile, wouldn't you feel it here first?
So much, and they waste no motion.
Keep it light. People are listening.
That's it. Every dollar moves something.
2 weeks of ocean, and he steps into a country running at full speed.
They look bored.
Paper! Get your paper! Okay.
Mark it. Place it. Next.
Dock 3, clear it. Bring the next in.
Logged. Next shipment.
Keep moving. Don't block the lane.
Normalcy isn't denial, it's messaging. We're steady, and we can replace what'll lost.
This place doesn't have edges.
Think of it as a city built for one job: move mass, fast, every day.
Easy, easy. Down, down.
Same standard, same pace.
See you tomorrow, same station.
If fear is the weapon, why does confidence sound like music?
You will be housed, fed, and recorded. That's procedure.
We hit everything and still lost ground.
A fearful nation hides. A confident one keeps living while it builds.
Clear lane, now.
Norfolk is the front door. What breaks them is the hallway: rail, depth, and endless capacity.
They weren't pretending. They were broadcasting capacity, because capacity is safety. No one here needs to prove anything.
Up. Train's next.
Norfolk doesn't shout. It processes, like a factory built for paperwork and certainty. Every step is designed to remove chaos, until even enemies start moving on schedule.
These are the rules we follow. You will hear them in your language.
Sie haben hier einen Namen. Sie werden registriert, untergebracht und behandelt.
Why explain anything? Because they're not improvising.
Next stack. Keep it moving.
This isn't kindness on a whim.
Why would a wartime army spend time explaining rights to the enemy?
He doesn't need me. Next section.
Stay in line. Water's coming.
Finger. Now the card. Good.
Now I exist on their paper.
Haben Sie spezielle Ernährungsbedürfnisse? Sprechen Sie jetzt. Es wird vermerkt.
You prepare different meals?
We prepare procedures.
2 more trays. Shh, move. Keep the line steady.
Why spend precious manpower making sure enemy prisoners eat properly?
Far from the front, policy can stay intact because the battlefield isn't at the doorstep.
Step up, sleeve. Breathe normally.
Hold still. Good. Next station, blood draw.
Look away if you need. It's quick.
All right. Is this a performance? No, it's a system.
Why use precious medicine on prisoners when your own men need it too?
It's not softness, it's control. Stable camps, fewer emergencies, fewer reasons to gamble.
This will prevent infection. Stay still.
Why?
Clean tree. New set. Next.
Next. Let's keep it moving.
Packages are ready.
Issue them by the line. No crowding.
Take it. Keep it with your tag.
Oversight isn't a weakness. It's a feedback loop. Proof the system believes it will endure.
What is it? Soap?
And writing paper.
They expected hatred. They got boredom.
Next. Keep the line straight.
He stole second.
Told you, fastest legs in the league.
Barbed wire holds bodies. Confidence changes minds. Next, the journey inland, through factories left in plain sight.
They're not afraid of us. No, they're busy. Oh, passenger cars? That makes no sense.
Keep the line tight. Move steady.
They are moved openly through the heart of American industry, as if secrecy isn't needed.
If a nation is truly fragile, why would it show its ports and rails in plain sight?
They let civilians stand this close!
Write me.
Every Sunday.
Two coffees?
One. Black. Black.
They don't hate us. I hate. Worse, they don't care.
Count matches. Send them through.
Keep them on the passenger line. No spectacle.
On time, as posted.
A war fought at sea ends here, on rails, in daylight, under rules.
Authoritarian power loves drama. Logistics loves rhythm.
What are you looking for?
What they don't fear.
They're letting us see it.
To Keller, concealment meant strength. Here, strength is so deep, it can be visible.
Why would you leave the engine room uncovered? Unless the engine is bigger than any threat.
This isn't one port. It's a connected body. Steel, rails, power. Feeding the war without hiding.
Water, slow sips. They still keep schedule.
For an authoritarian mind, uncertainty is normal. For a logistics empire, the beat is the weapon.
Is the sky on fire? No, it's working.
Europe hid production underground. America lit it up because the volume made hiding pointless.
To Keller, darkness meant safety. Here, light means surplus. So much power it doesn't need to whisper.
A workforce with roots, homes, radios, routines, doesn't collapse under strain. It repeats.
They look fed. And unafraid.
He threw it away.
Maybe he's showing off.
No, he forgot we exist.
Waste isn't virtue, but it's evidence. Only a surplus economy can afford to be careless and still outproduce you.
You boys running late?
Not tonight.
Clear the crossing! Keep moving!
A frightened nation hides. So what does it mean when a nation stays visible and keeps building anyway?
They're arguing again in Congress.
To an authoritarian mind, openness looks like madness. In reality, it's a flex.
This is the part Keller can't accept. The prisoner train is just one thread in a much larger weave.
Hold, now send it!
Same rule. Keep it ordinary. Stay sharp. They show the engine room because they know it can't be stopped.
This is it. 2. Clean.
Order first. Routine second. Problems shrink when days repeat.
Sie haben Rechte. Sie haben auch Regeln.
Befolgen Sie sie und das Leben bleibt vorhersehbar.
Next! Keep moving! Electric, for us?
Why spend power on prisoners?
This doesn't fit the war.
Hot water! For enemies.
If this is real, what else was a lie?
This wasn't mercy on a whim. It was a designed machine, built before Keller ever touched American soil.
Sie werden Sprecher wählen. Sie werden Ihren Zeitplan organisieren. Sorgen Sie dafür, dass es funktioniert.
Why would a wartime camp hand prisoners a vote, unless the real control is the system itself?
We're voting in a prison. That's the point.
If we keep order, we keep dignity.
Less friction. Fewer incidents.
Exactly.
Next tray. Keep it moving!
If you're sick, you report. No games.
Stand or set. Don't break it.
It's not a cage. It's a managed town, built to keep thousands predictable.
Are we meant to forget the war? No. We're meant to behave. In a strong system, discipline doesn't require brutality. It requires clarity.
A store? Damien for us?
With script. Earn it. You work, you earn. Voluntary, your choice.
This wasn't softness. It was management. Incentives that made order cheaper than force.
If they can afford this, what else can they afford?
Pick one.
We're allowed?
That's why it's here.
Why spend time and books on captives, unless you're fighting the next war before it starts?
Treat them humanely because it's right. Right isn't enough in war.
Predictable rules mean fewer fights, fewer escapes.
Compliance is cheaper than force. Won't this look like reward? It's containment, with less blood and more math.
Medical, food, space, recorded.
That's the idea.
The camp wasn't soft. It was designed to make escape irrational and cooperation normal.
Quiet again.
They don't break us. They reset us.
Barbed wire holds bodies. Confidence holds the whole system together.
Keep it ordinary. Ordinary is what defeats us.
Ma'am, authorization came through.
Then we build the routine.
Voluntary only, Lee. Clear rules.
Clear incentives.
In Texas, captivity didn't mean idleness. It meant being folded into a system.
Step up if you want work detail. A trap or a door?
Canteen script. Earn daily.
And if we refuse?
Then you don't earn.
Next.
The surprise wasn't kindness. It was productivity without terror.
Count matches. Move! Keep formation. They're not hiding us.
Strike an ace. That's what's frightening.
This isn't farming. It's a machine with soil.
We need hands for harvest. You'll get a detail. You'll follow the rules.
You work, you eat, you rest. Simple.
Simple is not what we were told.
Keep it flowing! No one is shouting.
To Keller, the numbers weren't statistics. They were land you could drive across all day.
Water break. Now.
You, stop the line.
Here, machines didn't assist labor. They swallowed it.
How many workers for that? Not enough to matter.
Don't ruin your hands. We need steady work.
We?
80 cents in script.
For work as prisoners.
Buy it.
In Germany, this would be a month's dream.
As manpower tightened, the program scaled, quietly, repeatedly, like any supply chain.
This wasn't work by force. It was work by flow.
If harshness equals output, why does this soft system produce more?
Keeps the day moving.
They play music while producing this?
As if war is a shift. Government messed that up.
So we fix it tomorrow.
They criticize and nothing happens.
They're hearing complaints, jokes, everything.
Good. That's the point.
Wrap it. Keep your grip.
You don't want me injured.
Hydrate. 2 minutes.
In our army, stopping meant punishment.
You can afford humane pacing when supply lines are thick enough to absorb shocks.
They're not staring.
They don't need to.
Shift B. Beat yesterday. Keep it clean.
They don't fear punishment. They chase pride.
To an enemy trained on scarcity, waste looks like invincibility. Buffers win wars. Extra material, extra time, extra patience. That's what Keller is seeing.
They work and still live.
This is the mechanism. Choice turns into routine. Routine turns into output.
They didn't need fear to extract work. They built a system where work made sense.
Washington botched that one.
He'll be arrested.
No, they're laughing.
In their world, news is a meal, not a secret.
You'll follow the allocation. Go to hell!
That's normal here.
They argue in public. then the trains still run on time.
This would be forbidden. Yet it's sold openly.
Here, the loudest machine isn't a gun, it's the press. Insecure systems silence criticism. Confident systems absorb it and keep producing.
If that's the plan, we're doomed.
They mock their own?
No secret meetings. No whispers. Just a dial and a room that isn't afraid.
Freedom isn't just speech. It's wiring, power, and the confidence to keep it running.
In authoritarian states, news is filtered. Here, it circulates, fast enough to correct itself.
Still think he's wrong.
Good, say it.
They're tired and still unafraid.
Why don't they hide it? Because hiding is for the weak.
They heard jokes about leadership.
And?
And the cotton still moved.
They criticize their leaders, and nothing happens. That's the strangest part.
Then vote.
They argue and stay united.
To an authoritarian mind, wartime elections look like sabotage. To democracy, they're stress tests.
They don't act like a nation cornered. That's exactly why Keller feels cornered.
My back hates this war. If you must force unity, what are you afraid will happen without it?
A funnel keeps control. A network keeps learning. Learning is what keeps production alive.
I heard an American joke about...
Say it. No one dies for words here.
You follow camp rules. Outside, people can say plenty.
Even about you?
Especially about me.
Talk later. Keep the line clean.
Control looks strong until it meets reality. Resilience looks messy until it survives.
They permit mockery because they don't need worship. Some shocks don't bruise the body. They bruise the worldview.
Noise isn't weakness if it feeds repairs. The loop is the weapon.
If something is wrong, we say it, then we fix it.
And no one disappears?
We're too busy building.
They think it's madness.
Let them. Fear is expensive.
If you were truly weak, would you broadcast jokes about your own power?
In this system, dissent isn't treason. It's data.
This is wrong. Stop! Fix it! Words. Change the machine.
Authoritarians hide rules to trap you. Democracies post them so you can work.
They can fight at the ballot box and still cooperate on the factory floor.
Results coming in.
So what happens now? Nothing. That's the point.
This is the flex. Discord without collapse. A system so deep it can afford to argue.
Stay with the detail. They let us. Into town?
If you were truly terrified, would you keep living like this?
They act like it's peace. Or like they're safe.
To Keller, the strangest weapon isn't a rifle, It's a song played in public.
No fear of being watched.
He crossed an ocean expecting hatred, then met a country that kept its weekends.
She commands the vehicle.
And the men listen.
Hold it, now tighten.
They're not impressed by power. They print it. As if it's normal. As if it's normal.
So close to town? They don't camouflage confidence.
To authoritarian minds, visibility is weakness. To a deep system, it's speed.
A woman pilot.
Here, competence outranks myth.
A rigid society breaks under strain. A flexible one reroutes and keeps moving.
Keep it rolling. We're behind.
They celebrate while the war continues.
You're welcome. Is this a trick?
When an enemy offers you a seat, your ideology runs out of instructions.
Or they learned our weakness.
If your worldview needs simple villains, what do you do with a complicated country?
Not that way. I'll wait.
For Keller, the shock doubles. Abundance, and a society still wrestling with itself.
We're prisoners, and we sit. That's the strangest victory I've ever seen.
A doctrine collapses one quiet fact at a time, until the facts outweigh the story.
Town's welcoming and messy.
We don't pretend it's perfect. We keep it stable.
A cornered society hoards. A confident one can afford to give, even to enemies. It isn't chaos. It's controlled exposure. Enough contact to change minds, not enough to risk lives.
Time.
Everything here is scheduled. You really from Germany?
Yes. Huh. The most painful wound is realizing you were lied to, and you help believe it.
Even generosity is handled like logistics. Tracked, measured, repeatable.
No drama.
Yes, sir. Normal is the point.
The song stops. The system doesn't. They didn't feel safe because of fences. They felt safe because they had depth. No single moment breaks a doctrine. Repetition does, 8 seconds at a time.
For an ideology built on simple certainty, a complicated reality is the most dangerous weapon.
One at a time, gentlemen.
A library? For prisoners?
In this camp, books move like rations. Measured, routine, repeatable.
These were forbidden.
They don't lecture in the prisoners. They offer a timetable.
This isn't one book. It's a pipeline. Exposure, practice, feedback.
If I can read it, I can't unsee it.
Again, same sentence.
Again.
Accuracy matters. Is exposure stronger than persuasion? Because you can walk away, yet you don't? No sermons.
Just access. And consistency.
You're enrolling?
I need to understand.
Lessons arrive like supplies, on schedule, across states, back through the wire.
Sign here.
A lesson sent to me.
In wartime America, even learning has a supply chain.
Return it next week. If I'm allowed.
Not everyone changes, but enough do, and the middle starts moving.
Stop reading their ideas!
Then why are we allowed to read at all?
Careful.
I'm tired of being careful.
When nobody forces your mind, why does the old doctrine still lose?
They don't demand loyalty. They watch choices, what you read, what you avoid, what you argue.
Even openness has rails. That's how it stays open.
Hope these help. Why would you?
Why would you?
Neutral eyes don't judge speeches. They judge conditions. When a neutral report confirms better than required, propaganda loses oxygen.
Stability isn't always forced. Sometimes it's invited, and that invitation scales.
They don't just read, they publish. That's the real shock.
The change isn't a confession. It's a question mark appearing where certainty used to live.
Which is stronger, barbed wire, or a shelf of books you can't unlearn?
The camp isn't the end of the story. It's where the next story gets drafted.
They didn't beat me with fear. They beat me with normal life. Why do you keep reading?
Because it keeps answering.
Change doesn't explode. It accumulates. One book, one class, one argument at a time. They didn't convert people. They built an environment where old stories couldn't survive.
You're changing.
No. I'm thinking.
The most unusual sight wasn't mercy. It was a system confident enough to teach inside a fence.
That's scrap?
That's scrap?
Yep. Keep it moving.
In my country, this would be guarded.
Here it's Tuesday.
This isn't garbage. It's material rejected by standards, because America can afford standards.
Too rough. Toss it. Unthinkable.
Sorry about the waste. It's policy.
Your policy is my nightmare.
You see it now.
I didn't know a country could run like this.
To Keller, scrap looks like madness. To America, it's buffer. capacity that keeps the line unbroken.
They don't hide output, they display it. Because fear isn't the motivator, rhythm is.
They're throwing it away.
What's the grade?
It won't meet the grade.
Not personal, just standards.
Standards that waste food.
In scarcity, you save everything. In surplus, you defend the standard, because the standard scales trust.
I'm sorry. I hate it too.
In my home, we would fight for this.
The hardest blow isn't a speech. It's a worker tossing what you once would have saved.
To an authoritarian mind, buffer looks like weakness. In logistics, buffer is strength.
You saw the bins. I saw a future, and it doesn't need me.
They apologized for waste. That apology hurt more than any guard's shout. He writes home about a country so full, it can reject what others would die to keep.
They're not mocking us, and that's worse.
Because it means they're not afraid.
When one side counts calories to survive, and the other counts standards to optimize, confidence becomes visible.
They don't just feed prisoners, they treat them, because stability is part of the machine.
They can discard because they can replace.
Replacement is victory.
Margin isn't luck, it's infrastructure. Rails, power, ports, working like a single organism.
Feels wrong. Keep pace.
A nation that wastes is a nation that believes tomorrow is guaranteed. Even filtered mail can't hide what a man has already seen with his own eyes.
To the eye, it's glitter. To the mind, trained in scarcity, it's defeat made visible.
We don't lower the bar.
The bar is why the system works.
What if the most frightening weapon isn't force, but visible surplus that makes resistance feel pointless?
Standards reduce breakdowns. Fewer breakdowns mean faster supply, and speed is the real advantage.
I keep seeing the food. Me too. We don't need speeches.
Then what?
Just let them see the country running.
Can kindness feel like humiliation when it proves your enemy has time, food, and confidence to spare?
Scarcity optimizes survival. Margin optimizes throughput. In total war, throughput rewrites the future. The unusual sight wasn't luxury. It was routine. An engine that keeps running while the world burns.
For the record. Reality is the record. If they can waste, then they can outlast us. That's why it hurts. In scarcity, you fear bullets. In surplus, you fear the future, because the future has already been funded.
Do you hear that?
Do you hear that?
Music for us.
Their mothers won't be here.
Then we will.
Even kindness has a rhythm. Repeat it enough, and it becomes a system. December 1943. A town drives a few miles and crosses an ocean of ideology.
Keep it orderly.
Yes, sir.
Not one gift, not 10, thousands, enough to make the camp feel the town's presence.
Ma'am, keep the line tight.
We will.
If they feared you, would they come this close with their children?
Again, clear consonants.
They weren't performing for applause, only to be understood.
The distance is minutes. The psychological distance is years of propaganda.
Form lines. No pushing. Let him run it.
Merry Christmas.
Why? Why?
Keep it professional.
Now, the fence didn't move, the mind did.
Halt! Ich kann nicht.
Battles didn't break his certainty. A song did, because it came without threat.
Propaganda speaks in slogans. Children speak in drawings.
For you, sir.
I'm not sir.
Lass es geschehen.
What if the real intimidation isn't cruelty, but calm confidence that doesn't need it?
Log it. Then move the next crate.
A feast isn't a fantasy. It's logistics executed on time.
Keep pace. No gaps.
This is real. That's why it's dangerous.
They're humane.
And it stabilizes the camp.
Stabilizes the camp. Both can be true.
The soft system produced hard outcomes, fewer escapes, higher cooperation, because stability was engineered.
Not one sermon, thousands of small proofs, day after day, until the story can't hold.
Routine is persuasive because it doesn't ask permission.
Read this. Then tell me your old story still fits.
They're weakening you. Or showing what strength looks like.
It's over. Ah, sorry, sir.
Now we go back to what?
When your enemy defeats your ideology without a speech, what do you carry home? Anger or methods?
They boarded ships back, not as believers in slogans, but as witnesses of a system that worked.
Keep these. You'll need them.
I understand.
Go rebuild. I saw how.
They weren't reshaped by slogans, only by daily proof. Demonstration beats indoctrination.